Welcome to Session 1 of Elect All the People. What's on your agenda? Elect All the People is a series of workshops designed to help underrepresented students interested in running for public office or for ASUN office. Today we'll be discussing turning your passions into progress. We'll be unpacking imposter syndrome, and we'll be looking at some elected officials to see where their backgrounds are from and encourage you all to run for office. Step 1. Turning passion into progress. True leaders are fueled by their desire to enact change. So think of a problem that exists on campus, local, state, national, or international level. Take a couple minutes to think about this and go ahead and pause the video. After you've thought about your issues, think about, why do you care? What is it that makes these issues so passionate for you? Why are you interested in these issues, and what can you do to support these issues and enact the change that you wish to see? Some examples of issues affecting both campus and state and federal level. So thinking about campus, do you want to support marginalized students? Do you want to fund different student initiatives? This year, it's important to think about the coronavirus. Do you want to provide relief for that? Do you want to work with campus administration? Thinking about satisfactory, unsatisfactory grading system, or even something like food insecurity. Thinking about the state and federal level, are you interested in healthcare reform? Do you want to work on our immigration policies? Do you also want to support marginalized people at the state and federal level? Do you have an opinion about taxes, educational opportunities, thinking about infrastructure? These are all examples of issues that you can have a lasting impact on holding an elected office. But wait, I can't fix these issues. Yes, you can. Let's unpack imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome can be defined as a collection of feelings of inadequacy that persist despite evident success. These feelings can include feeling like a fraud, feeling like you're undeserving, or feeling like you're not allowed to fail. Imposter syndrome is incredibly common, and everyone experiences it in different capacities. There are definitely people who have experienced these issues as well, and where you're at right now, it might be easy to think that you're just a student in college. You don't know if you can fix these issues. Well, everyone has started somewhere. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at some people who have turned their political platforms, their political agendas, and really strive to enact the change that they're looking for. We're going to take a look at these people, and you can see that regardless of where they come from, they have a place in elected office because they all have held public office. So let's take a look. Up first, we have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She identifies as a Puerto Rican woman, and she took office at the young age of 29. And previously, she was a bartender. She is currently the youngest woman to ever serve in Congress, and she advocates for access to health care, environmental protections, and immigration reform. Ilhan Omar. She identifies as a Somali American Muslim woman. She's one of the first two Muslim women to serve in Congress, and her first profession was being a community nutrition educator. She advocates for minimum wage reform, affordable housing, accessible healthcare, student loan debt forgiveness, and more. Burgess Owens. He was recently elected a congressman in Utah's 4th Congressional District. He is a former safety for the Oakland Raiders and a Super Bowl champion. He plans to advocate for firearm legislation, Medicare reform, and supporting local control over education. Frankie Sue Del Papa. She was the first woman Nevada Attorney General. She was also the first woman elected student body president in ASUN at the University of Nevada, Reno. She advocated for expanding the role of women in Nevada's governments. Brian Sandoval. He is the first Hispanic president at the University of Nevada, Reno, and he is a former governor of the state of Nevada. Sarah McBride, set to become the first transgender state senator in the United States and the highest ranking transgender official in United States history this coming January. She started an American University student government, and she plans to advocate for healthcare and paid family and medical leave. Yvette Herrell. She is the first Cherokee American woman elected to Congress. She was a former real estate agent, and she is now a congresswoman in New Mexico's 2nd Congressional District. She plans to advocate for DACA reform, Second Amendment legislation, and wants to improve water rights. Kamala Harris. She is projected to become the first woman of color to hold the vice presidency of the United States. And during undergrad, she was involved in the Economic Society, debate team, and a part of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. As you can see through all these people, they all have agendas, and all agendas deserve to be represented in Congress, including yours. Think about what makes you passionate and allow us to elect all the people. Stay tuned for future sessions of Elect All the People coming soon. If you have any questions regarding Elect All the People or this presentation, please reach out to the Center for Student Engagement. The Center for Student Engagement encourages everyone to run for student or elected public office.